Claiming
Okay.
we're live.
All right. Good evening,
YouTube's
everybody.
struggling.
Today is
Why
it's
is YouTube
struggling.
struggling? There it goes. Got it. YouTube's connected now too.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April 1st, 2026. It's 7:01 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today is April Fool's Day. And this is a day my grandmother was actually born on this day.
That's a fun
I
day.
I don't like it
You don't like
for the
this day?
same reasons I hate it, really. I hate it. I don't like, I'm not a jokester. I don't like to play jokes. Uh, I don't like jokes being played on me at all. I usually end up taking heat about it. I don't know why,
I don't
but
mind to a degree as long as it's safe and just silly. Like someone, when I was
yeah.
younger, I was told there was a deer in the backyard, and when I came running, it's like, haha, April Fools. That thing is kind of,
Mhm.
fun, stupid. It's a stupid
Right,
kind of fun.
right. But anything that, gets somebody up, I don't know. I don't like the day. I just don't like it.
Hmm.
I don't know why. It just doesn't float my boat for the same reason as, all the cake all over the baby. So go figure.
That's all
I don't
good.
know.
'Tis life, right?
That's that OCD. Yeah, I guess that's all that OCD bullcrap.
Oh, I have my
OCD,
OCD moments.
AD, yeah, ADHD, out of my freaking mind. I don't know. It's one, pick one.
Been there, done that. I have issues. Like
Mm.
I was talking with a friend of mine last night about why I have a absolute disdain for certain eight-legged creatures that don't belong on the planet, even if they are
Mhm.
helpful. And I worked over my fear, and I sent him a picture of the exact one that scared the fuck out of me when I first moved to Kentucky 20 something years ago.
Mhm.
And hey, Blue Rose. And he's like, yeah, that's not just a bug you can smack. I'm like, no, you need something in 22 caliber to take it out. I mean, this thing is the size of a
Mhm.
ping pong ball. I'm not joking. Like the body and legs, if it curls up, is the size of a ping pong ball. It is fucking massive. Scares the hell out of me. I had no problem with the eight-legged spawns of Satan until I moved down here. And so, yeah,
Right.
I need them to go quickly. So
Yeah,
that, the
I
brown
hear you.
recluse, the wolf spiders, the other ones that like to live in my house, yeah, they need to
Yep.
go. Just that's why we fogged the house the other day, and I'm still sore. But
Mhm.
yeah, but I did work through my fear to show him a picture of the one specifically I was traumatized by. And
There you
it took a
go.
lot. It took a lot to actually search it up and send that picture over.
And send it. Right. Right.
Scared the fuck out of me just
Before
looking at it.
Yeah, before we talk about April Fools, I want to remind everybody to please like, comment, follow, share, subscribe, set your notifications, and all that stuff. Today is
Mm-hmm.
the last day to enter the giveaway. We'll be giving away two $10 gift cards to Amazon. If you'd like to participate in that, you need to do so via Discord, which you'll see the link going by with the bot in the chat. All you need to do is click on it. It'll take you over to the exact spot you need to be at.
And if by chance you don't see the
Uh,
bot, it is in the description of every video and the about section of the channel.
yes, ma'am. And also, there's some programming changes tomorrow. I was able to get a doctor's appointment at 4 p.m. tomorrow, so we're going to go live at 7 p.m. tomorrow night.
And that works. And if people don't like it, well,
Mm,
watch it afterwards. Sorry.
yeah, yeah,
We do what we do.
yeah, yeah. And tentatively, surgery scheduled for April 22nd. We'll see if that holds true.
Alrighty.
Uh,
Oh, May 27th I may be late, um, and that's a Tuesday, so we might have to bump that
Okay.
to an end of the day because I have to be in Louisville for my follow-up appointment with rheumatology and the
Yeah.
ultrasound of my
We'll
hands.
just, yeah, we'll,
We'll wing it.
yeah, let's just plan. No, let's just plan it as a late day, and then that way we're covered. We don't got to
Okay.
worry.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
because
just
you'll
my
need
schedule
time
got a
to.
little bumped around.
Hmm. Yeah, you need travel time to come down off of the long drive. So.
Yep. And on the 13th, oh, that's at 9:30 to 10:30 in the morning. Okay, for my new
Mhm.
primary care doctor. That's through my local hospital. So it's like awesome that they take my insurance. They're the only ones in town. Go figure.
Wow, that's something,
Oh, it happens.
right?
But I'm just glad
So
I don't
I'm
got to go to
still,
Louisville for that.
yeah, and I'm still not feeling well. So
Yeah.
I got this cold thing going on in my chest and my throat, and it just will not go away.
I know you sent
I
over
don't know
something
what's
about a
going.
new variant of COVID that was hitting, and
I
I wouldn't be shocked if that's what's been going around for a lot of people.
It's possible. Yeah, I did send that. I forgot about that. And
Hmm.
especially, well, the last 2 weekends, we've been out with friends and family, over 50
Hmm.
people, and who knows who has what.
Exactly.
But,
And
and you're,
unfortunately,
yeah,
that is how
you're,
this works.
yeah, you're kissing and, hugging
Hugging.
people and spreading germs. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Breathing.
like, and of course, because there were kids there, it's a cesspool
Uh-huh.
waiting to happen. So, yeah,
Exactly.
exactly.
Yep.
Kids are dangerous when it comes to this kind of stuff. Like this year, time of year, schools are the worst place to be. They really
Hmm.
are. For people, especially with autoimmune and like immune deficiency type problems, just stay
Right.
away from the schools, please. I remember having to go to school with a mask on because I was on steroids, prednisone again, and they were worried some of the kids might have gotten the weakened vaccine instead of the dead vaccines, and
Right.
that could have, because again, prednisone takes away your immune system so other medicines can work,
Hmm.
because your body's like overreacting. So I would have to wear masks, like the N95s that they told everyone to wear, at least
Right.
the medical professionals. I used to have to wear those to school.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, my childhood was, well, I can't say fun in that aspect, but I couldn't miss school, and I so what if you're on this medication? You still got to attend school. You can't take a week off of school and then 2 weeks after that,
Suppose
when
you
the
have
medicine
to.
wears off,
Right.
yeah, I'd never make it through school. So yeah, trust me, from a young age, I learned how deadly schools can be.
That's
And I'm
wild.
talking viral deadly, not anything else. But
Right. Right.
yeah, I mean, think about it. They're getting shots for measles, they're getting shots for this, they're getting shots for that. Then you got all the common colds and flus getting passed around. Kids wipe their nose on their hands, touch everything under the sun. I mean, back in my day, we didn't use the Clorox wipes on every surface. Our immune
Right.
system just did its damn job. Like,
I didn't even think about that. The baby's getting his MMR tomorrow.
mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Measles, mumps, and rubella.
Correct.
As long as he's of
They're
good
gonna,
health and not running a fever, they'll give it to
yeah.
him.
Yeah. They're gonna. I think he might have an ear infection, but
That
they're
probably
gonna
won't
try to
stop
get it.
it.
Yeah, they're gonna try to get it delayed if possible. We'll see what the doctor says. And
Yeah,
you have to hold on 1 second while I holler. Go.
that's
Go,
perfectly fine.
spaghetti. Eric, let him on. He's gonna be sick. Go. That's what you get for eating a whole plate of spaghetti.
Sounds like you're lecturing a child. That's what you get for
Mhm.
eating a whole thing of ice cream. It's like you should not have been eating that.
I shouldn't have gave it all to him because it was when after I put it in his dish, I was like, oh, there's too much. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh, with all yeah. I don't know. Just tell me how you mess up spaghetti.
Very easily if you're me. I have messed up a frozen pizza. Just saying. If I can fuck up a frozen pizza to the point of glowing and
Okay. Okay.
combustion, I mean, come on. I can screw all kinds of things up in the kitchen. I'm just that talented. It is my special talent
God.
to fuck up this stuff in the kitchen. Just saying. So,
Okay. Then
there's that.
I'll let it go. I'll let it go. But I took a couple bites. I just couldn't do it. It was that bad. It
Hey,
was.
I've
I
seen
just.
people screw up hard boiled eggs and then the eggs just start popping and cracking open because the water evaporated and the house smells like shit. Starts to have that
Yeah,
sulfur
I've done
smell.
that. Yeah, yeah, I've done that before where I've let the pot burn, and I've
Yeah.
had to throw the whole pot away because it's black and you can't clean it, and yeah,
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
goodbye pot, goodbye
It
egg.
was
Yeah,
nice knowing you. Thank you for doing a great
yep,
job while I had you. I apologize
yeah,
for the torturous death, but you
yep.
did a good
You're
job.
gone. Yep, you're gone because I can't get you clean. Funny.
Yeah, it's
Um,
I like I said, I've absolutely destroyed food that should not have been destroyed. It doesn't make sense. Like cooking the hamburger patties, the pre-done frozen hamburger patties on an electric stove, and somehow they catch fire. An electric stove, and I'm like, what the fuck? There's no excuse for this. Turns out it was a really shitty pan, I believe, and it was too thin, and it started overheating the grease in it, but it
right,
still
right,
combusted. But it still doesn't make sense because like I wasn't cooking it that high. I always cook my hamburgers on medium. So
right.
it cooks thoroughly. You cook half of it, then you flip it over. The other half is cooked thoroughly, and boom,
Right.
magic, you got food. Yeah, no, this one just went. I'm like, what the fuck? Baking soda?
That's funny.
Telling you, my dad, when I was 13, my mom and dad had told me, just make some macaroni and cheese. And I'm standing there for like 20 minutes. And they're like, what's taking so long? I'm like, the box doesn't say how to boil water. But I could repair a radiator and rebuild a carburetor. So, yes, you absolutely can screw up spaghetti very easily, I promise you.
How do you boil water?
I'm reading the box trying to figure out how to boil water. And the box says
Oh,
put the water on, let it boil, add the noodles. My stupid ass at 13 didn't realize I had to turn on the stove to make it boil. Yes.
oh my lord.
But I could rebuild a carburetor, change the brakes, help rebuild an engine from the block up. I mean, I could absolutely do that shit. Just don't ask me to cook. I could fix that
That's
stove. Anything wrong with it, I could fix it. But don't ask me to boil water on it.
oh, that's funny.
Yeah, I did not know how to boil water until I was 13. And my mom and my dad hung his head in shame. I was shocked. My dad actually hung his head in shame that I did not know how to boil water.
Know how to boil water. Oh, that's funny.
Yes. Oh, Blue Rose, thank you. I needed to laugh. Oh, you want to laugh? I can tell you all kinds of fuck ups I've done in my life that we could spend all day doing that, but we have other things we got to do. But yeah, you can absolutely
Oh,
fuck up spaghetti very easily. I'm telling you,
okay.
I'm the person. Like I said, I can fuck up boiling water. I can fuck up baking a frozen pizza, frying hamburger patties. Like if I can do it, anyone can. You just got to
All
try.
right, then
Most people have to try
I'm
to
not
be
gonna
this
be
bad.
right. I'm not going to be so hard on myself then when I'm cooking. So I'll have to remember this
Yes.
stuff.
hmm
Yeah.
Compare yourself to me to determine if you're a good cook or a bad cook.
Okay, that sounds good. Oh, does
I've
that count if
gotten
I put
better.
wait? Does that count if I put the peanut butter on the crackers? Okay, if
Yeah,
that's
absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That can totally be fucked up if you put it on the wrong side.
Yeah.
It's like buttering the wrong side of toast. What? What the fuck? You're not supposed to
And
put the butter on
it
that side. What the fuck are you talking about?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what side you put your peanut butter on.
Oh, did you know there's an absolute argument throughout parts of Europe, like England and stuff, where you got to determine whether the jam goes on top or the butter goes on the top of the because you put
Of
butter
the
on one part of
right.
the roll, jam on the other, and so there's a big argument on whether it goes on top or bottom.
Oh, I see.
So yeah, but it's
It goes
okay.
on top. Yeah, it goes on top.
Depends on who you talk to. In my case, it
Right.
depends on which jar is closest and which I put on first. I
Right.
don't care. Hey JJ.
Uh, Hi, JJ. How you doing?
So yeah, it's one of those things, but I've gotten better over time. You've seen some of the stuff I've made at home. I've sent you
Right.
pictures, and some of the people on the
Right.
servers have seen it. I've gotten a lot better, but it's usually because my daughter's helping, and I'm just giving her the instructions.
On what to do. That's funny.
But my son helped me make that chili, and oh my god, that chili was amazing. So
Right. Right.
yeah, I usually have to have
Okay.
someone there, and the slow cooker makes it better because the slow cooker doesn't burn it, surprisingly.
Right. Yeah. Thank God there isn't like a super.
Uh, okay.
Okay. All right. Back to the show before we hijack it again.
Oh, but it's always fun when
Right.
we hijack it.
Uh-huh. So we wanted to let you know what exactly April Day was about starting. It is observed on April 1st.
Oh, you sound
It
really
is a,
far away again.
oh,
I
here we
don't know what
go.
your mic is. There, now you're back. I don't know what your mic's
Okay.
problem is.
It's been dropped too much. That's probably why.
Ah,
It is a day dedicated to playing practical jokes, hoaxes, and light-hearted pranks. While its exact significance has evolved, it primarily serves as a cultural release valve that encourages humor, creativity, and the suspension of normal social rules.
amen.
Now, there's a whole, yeah, if you want to go over the historical significance,
Oh yeah, I love history. So there is no single
JJ, hold up,
or
hold up,
oh,
JJ, you're correct. That's exactly what I do. You put peanut butter on both sides with the jelly or jam, smack them together, and then that way it doesn't soak into the bread.
I have
I
never
do
seen
that.
peanut butter and jelly made that way.
Yeah, try it. I do that all the time.
I
That's
usually
how
end
I
up with
make my
jelly
grilled.
spilling all over the place. Okay.
I do my grilled cheese. I do my grilled cheese that way. I actually will. Uh, Eric likes mayonnaise, so I'll put mayonnaise on both sides for the inside. Put cheese in there, maybe a piece of ham. Close it up, and then butter both sides of the bread. And
Really?
one time both. That's one time when both sides of your bread is buttered, and cook
Huh.
it that way. And I'm telling you, it makes a total difference. I like tomato on mine, sliced real thin. That's
I
the
know
bomb. I'm
I'll
telling you.
butter both sides of the bread for grilled cheese. I'll butter like the
Yeah,
insides, slap it together, butter one side, then butter the outside, throw some butter in the pan, add some extra butter because you can never have enough butter. So,
right, right.
yeah,
All
the
right, here
only
we go
best way
again.
to make peanut butter
Hi,
and jelly. All right.
there you go.
Did you want to read or do you
So,
want me to?
no, you can go ahead.
Okay, so there is no single origin. No, though no single origin is confirmed. Several historical theories highlighted the day-long standing cultural roots. Calendar, guys, we're live. Don't yell. Hold on a second, folks. I'm sorry. No yelling. We're live.
Legally robbed.
You were not legally robbed. You had to pay your rent. It's okay. Sorry. Calendar reform from 1582. The most popular theory suggests it began in France after the adoption of the Gregorian calendar, when New Year's Day was moved on April 1st to January 1st. Um, those who continued to celebrate in April were mocked as April Fools. Okay.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that.
I did not know that one either. Very bizarre. Then there was also an ancient festival. Historians often link the day to Hilaria, An ancient Roman festival at the end of March where people dressed in disguises and mocked others. I have to speak loud enough for the mic to pick it up. Stop. The vernal equinox, some believe that the day relates to the unpredictable weather of early spring, which fools people with sudden shifts between warm and cold, which most of the Midwest of America has seen. We have gone from 80
Mm-hmm.
degrees to 30 degrees in snow overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yes, the Pope back then created the Gregorian calendar for the calendar one. Yes, that was a Pope's decision. And then there was also a medieval tradition, the Feast of Fools. It was a medieval festival where social hierarchies were inverted. Example, lower clergy acting as bishops is another likely influence on the day spirit of misrule. That is pretty awesome. Um, there's also significant cultural significance. France, it's known as Poisson d'Avril, April fish. Um, Children and pranksters attempt to pin paper fish to the backs of unsuspecting victims without being caught. Now that would be fun. Oh my god, could you
Perhaps.
imagine going around trying to pin things on a random stranger and then running off and hiding and not getting busted?
Uh,
That would be so fun.
yeah, but you
Uh,
could get hurt for today.
yeah, now, but I mean, in a society where people don't get pissed off about every little thing, it would be
Right.
fun. I mean, if you could
Right.
honestly get away with playing a prank on a complete stranger and they just laugh it off instead of getting mad and trying to stab you or shoot you like we would see in modern times, I think that would be fun.
Right.
You know, just me. Um, in Scotland, it's traditionally a 2-day event. The first day, Gawk Day, named after Cuckoo, a symbol of the fool, involves sending people on fool's errands. Oh my god. Do you know how many times I've done this in my life? Go get a brick stretcher. Go get a brick repair kit. Go get blinker fluid. God,
Oh
I
my
love it.
God.
Oh, come on, it's fun. Especially when you have an annoying coworker who just really doesn't thinks they know it all and you send them on for something
Right.
like this just to get them out of your hair. I mean, we had a
Right.
teacher send a kid to go get a wood welder just to get him out of the classroom because they were annoying as all hell.
Oh my.
Yes. And they called the other teachers to prep them. And so when the student came to the room, the teachers would send them to another one and they'd do the phone thing to get to the teacher before the kid got there. Oh, absolutely
Right.
hilarious. So that yeah, I can accept the fool's errand. And the second day is Taily Day, which focuses on pranks of pinning "kick me" signs to people's backs. Okay, I'm moving to Scotland. England and the Commonwealth, pranks are traditionally only played until noon. Anyone attempting a joke after midday is considered a fool themselves. And modern media in the 20th and 21st century has gained significance as marketing tool. Major outlets and corporations such as the BBC and Google frequently release elaborate, widely publicized hoaxes to engage the public. And I've seen that a few times. It's pretty awesome.
Right.
So, yeah, that that's a good, interesting history. And, it's just sad that our society doesn't take it as fun anymore and they get all pissy. So, you know.
Yeah. Sorry.
I like the idea of pinning fish and pinning "kick me" signs on people. That really is great.
Sorry. And I'm also hanging over the edge of the bed. You're like sideways. I decided it'd be a good idea to throw my whole bottle of Coke on the floor.
Oh, don't do that. Why'd you do that? That's not good.
I know it's too late. Everything is sopping wet.
Oh, no. That's not
Yep.
good at all.
So you have to continue reading.
Oh, that was it for the reading.
Okay, give me 1 second. Ugh.
Hmm.
Oh my God. And I have two cats there staring. I'm like, they're like, what the hell are you trying to do, Mom?
Gotta love it when the cats are involved. Like, you are
Yeah.
crazy. Sorry, there's going to be a
Yep.
bag rattling. I got to get my medicines out and take one because I was almost out of them. So I had to get my refill.
Oh my lord. How the heck did I manage this? I knew I was gonna
Magic.
do it. I knew I was gonna do it. That's the kick in the pants is as soon as I got the bottle and I opened it up and took a couple sips, I put the lid on too loosely and then
Hmm.
decided, I'll just throw it.
Yeah,
I
I always
love
put
it.
my caps on tight because I know me. I will knock things over and it will be a mess. And actually, my niece came in today. She needed me to fix the SIM card in her phone, and in the way over, she kicked over my Mountain Dew, and we both had a good laugh about it.
Yeah, I guess that's my prank of the day. Oh, yeah,
Self-inflicted prank.
yeah.
Oh,
How the heck? Oh my lord, it's everywhere.
oh boy.
It is just, and they're looking at me like, what the heck are you doing?
Instead of helping, they should come over and start licking up the cola to help you
Yeah,
out.
yes, ma'am. I've gone through what 10 paper towels so far. Oh,
Mm. Oh, Blue Rose got introduced to Nutella peanut butter. It tastes like a melted Hershey's bar. I love Nutella. Oh my god.
I, I'm not a fan.
Oh, I love it. I'm a weirdo.
Yeah.
I like it on everything. My ice cream, pancakes, just on
Oh,
toast.
I got it on my shoes under the bed. If anybody cares. Okay, we'll leave that for later.
Oh
That's it.
lordy. Shoes
I'm
are gonna
done.
have to go in the washer.
Okay, so there's about maybe 3 or 4 sips left in the bottle. Okay. Oh,
Oh, sounds like a fun
okay.
moment.
Oh, what you got next?
Next is the judge trying to order the ballroom thing, if I remember correctly, which is absolute bullshit because
Yes.
it's not coming from taxpayer dollars, so Congress doesn't have a say, and no one gave a
So
shit with the other
there.
presidents.
Well, here's the kick in the pants. Just last week, we read that a judge said it was okay.
And now we have another judge saying it's not. Like,
Exactly.
and here's the thing, it
Like,
doesn't make
what
a
is going?
difference because it's not from taxpayers' dollars.
Well, they're saying when we covered it originally that it was obnoxious and uh, it's way bigger than even the White House is.
And what's wrong with that?
I don't
Tell
know.
me what's wrong with that. I see nothing wrong with it.
I mean, here's another case of anything he does. He could, take
He
a
could
crap
cure
on the sidewalk.
cancer. No, he could
Yeah,
cure
and
cancer and
they
they'd
would.
have a fit.
Uh huh.
All right. Let's listen to what their complaints are this time. And it just drives me nuts that some of this stuff is absolute nonsense.
A federal judge on Tuesday ordered the Trump administration to suspend its construction of a $400 million ballroom where it demolished the East Wing of the White House, saying the project must come to a halt until it has congressional approval. U.S. District Judge Richard Leon in Washington granted a request for a preliminary injunction by the National Trust for Historic Preservation. The nonprofit organization brought a lawsuit alleging Trump exceeded his authority when he raised the historic East Wing and launched construction without approval from Congress. Judge Leon
You don't need
concluded that the
it.
preservationist group is likely to succeed on the merits of its claims because, quote, no statute comes close to giving the president the authority he claims to have. The White House did not immediately respond to a request for comment on the ruling. The administration said above-ground construction on the ballroom would begin in April. President Donald Trump criticized the trust for suing him over a project that he said is being built at no cost to taxpayers. The White House said private donations, including from Trump himself, would pay for the planned construction of a 90,000-square-foot ballroom. The administration has argued that other presidents didn't need congressional approval for previous White House renovation projects, large and small.
I have to agree with the administration on this one.
I agree too.
I'm not thrilled with the fact that they are being this petty. And now that the East Wing's destroyed, what are they going to do? Something's got to be put in
Mm-hmm.
its place, idiots. And it's
Right.
not like it
What do
was.
you
Go ahead.
What do you think? What do you think? Is Congress going to approve it?
At this point, it doesn't matter because it's paid for out of private donations. Congress doesn't need to approve it. Congress's only job is to create laws and determine what the tax dollars get used for. That's it. My understanding, they dole out tax dollars to where it needs to go, and they create laws and make sure the laws
Right.
are balanced and fair, and that's why we have it this way. But renovations
Right.
to the White House in the past, I mean, there was one that Obama put in a basketball court. Which one put in a
Right.
bowling alley and another put in a
A
theater?
bowling alley. Yep. There's a swimming pool and
Come
all of that.
on. Come on, folks. This is stupid. Now, if you're going to be worried about, like, I can understand them being worried about the tariffs. That is something fair to bring. Even though I don't like it, it's still, they have a fair argument. Oh, he doesn't have the right. Says who? Says this law. Well, this law says that. So you guys fight it out until it gets straightened out. But renovations to the White House has never been a problem. Ever. The president says, I want this built here. They do it.
Mm-hmm.
Never has there been a problem. So I think this one is an absolute BS thing. You know, something like this is bullshit. If President Trump
Right.
wants to build a ballroom, he's allowed to build a ballroom.
Exactly. All right. Do we have a thing about on the judge that stopped
Yes.
this?
I gotta let it load. Yeah, this dude.
Why do they all look so weird?
They're judges. I don't know. He was born in 1949. He was appointed by George W. Bush, a Republican, and assumed senior status in 2016. So he was appointed by W. Bush Jr. Or no, Bush Senior. I apologize. Is that Bush Senior? Or no, that's Bush Jr. W is a
Yeah, it would
junior.
have been Junior. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have his father's exact name, so he's not technically a junior. I call him Junior because it's easier to separate the two.
Right.
So he's been in law since 1979. He graduated. Oh no, he graduated the year I was born in 1983. He's as old as my dad. So my dad was born in 1949 as well. Let's see. Let's see. Judicial service. He resided over the Wilmer Hale versus Executive Office of the President, striking down an executive order 14250 issued by President Trump in 2025. This is pertaining to the Mueller things, Robert Mueller. It directed federal agencies to suspend the firm's security clearances, restrict access to federal buildings, and review existing contracts. Judge Leon found the order to be retaliatory and unconstitutional, violating the First and Fifth Amendments. In a 73-page opinion, he wrote, "The cornerstone of the American system of justice is an independent judiciary and an independent bar willing to tackle unpopular cases, however daunting." Okay.
73 pages.
73-page opinion. Okay. And
Wow.
he also was responsible for adjudicating the habeas corpus petition of several dozen captives held at Guantanamo Bay detention camp in Boumediene versus Bush, which was eventually considered by the Supreme Court, was first heard by Leon on August 28th of 2008. Leon had 24 cases assigned to him. The Associated Press reported Leon hoped to resolve those cases before the presidential inauguration in 2009 and was concerned that the public and the detainees will be barred from observing the hearings. If it can't be done, I have great concerns that the hearings will be virtually or exclusively classified, closed to the public, and I might add to the detainees. So during the hearing of October 23rd, 2008, Leon commented on the ambiguity in the term enemy combatant and criticized Congress and the Supreme Court. We are here today, much to my dismay, I might add, to deal with legal questions that, in my judgment, should have been resolved a long time ago. I don't understand, I really don't, how the Supreme Court made the decision it made and left the question open. I don't understand how the Congress could let it go this long without resolving. On November 20th, Leon ordered 5 detainees released from Guantanamo Bay Naval Base due to insufficient evidence. Oh, wow.
That's something that he came out against the Supreme Court.
Yeah, and the president who put him in place, because
Right.
Bush basically labeled a lot of people enemy combatants, and Congress allowed it. And I know at Guantanamo Bay they were horribly mistreated. That was beyond
Right.
normal. Okay, I remember that. There was a lot of waterboarding jokes because of it.
Right.
And yeah, the fact that he released 5 of them, it means there was some serious issues. And it looks like the enemy detention was lawful under the authorization for use of military force in 2001. Huh. He denied another habeas corpus petition for somebody else, rejecting the detainees' claim that the war's hostilities had ceased. So they should be released because the war's over? They usually behead our people when the war's over.
Right.
So, evidently there was an NSA bulk collection of American telephony records. I think they meant telephone records. I don't know why E and Y got mixed. Likely violated the Fourth Amendment of the United States. So they're talking about that what bill is it that they keep doing to spy on us? The America
Right.
that
I
one.
know. Right.
Yeah, that one that Bush put into place after we got attacked.
Right.
Yeah, the one that they've been spying on us September 11th over. So yeah,
Why is it that we can't think of it? They just passed it. They had the
again,
opportunity not to.
and
Yeah,
they
but
put it
they
in for
passed it.
longer. Yes, and so this is basically when the NSA and what's his face, Edward Snowden, kind of put that all out there, and all hell broke loose. So he, yeah, there's a lot there. I don't get that. Like, I'm trying to do it. He says it's almost Orwellian technology, so he was against it. Um, so he was against that, and I agree. The NSA should not have been doing that shit. Something in 2010, he enjoined the Food and Drug Administration from blocking importation of electronic cigarettes, which I appreciate. I actually have to appreciate him for that one. Otherwise, I'd still be stuck smoking actual cigarettes, killing my asthma 10 times worse, and probably have cancer. I only have like 3, 4 ingredients in this one. In 2010, he threw out charges in an obscenity case against John Stagliano. I don't know. I hope the government will learn a lesson from its experience. Oh, hold on. JJ added something. I used to work for a telephone company. The term telephony refers to technology of the records. Oh, I learned something new. Did you know that, Dee?
No, I did not.
Okay. I learned something new. So did you. That's great. Thank you for the info, JJ. He called
It's FISA. I'm sorry, I was bugging me. I had to look it up. So it's the FISA court.
Okay.
Where they spy.
Okay. Oh,
That's
it sounds
where,
like you cut out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Let me smack
Okay.
the tablet.
No, you're working fine now, so. And about the time I say that, you watch, it's going to make it hard to hear you again.
Uh-huh. Exactly.
Let me knock on some wood. Here we go. So he also called the Justice
All right.
Department's prosecution woefully insufficient. So it seems he's
All
done
right.
some
Well,
good, some bad.
yeah. Well, we'll have the rest of, is there anything else notable at all? If you
That's what I'm looking
scroll down.
for. What are you heavy breathing for?
The lesser of two Israels.
What? I don't know what my son is doing. I thought he was having troubles breathing. Gotta love my family. He dealt with something between a merger of CVS Health and Aetna Inc., which Aetna is a major insurance company in a lot of areas.
Yes, it is. Yes,
I
it
don't
is.
like that. I really don't. Oh, he raised concerns about the recent. Yeah, I would be concerned about why there is a pharmaceutical company merging with an insurance company. That's scary. I actually have to agree. That is absolutely scary. Um, wait.
What the fuck?
National Borderfly Center, a 100-acre wildlife preserve in Rio Grande Valley in Texas. It was an unreasonable search and seizure. Really?
Because they wanted to put up
Oh, against
the
Homeland
national,
Security seeking to prevent building
yes,
of a border wall
the
through.
border wall. Yeah, the National Butterfly Center.
Oh, so the Butterfly Center covers both Mexico and Texas?
I guess they travel back and forth. You know,
The border wall's not going to stop them.
if you need health care or whatever, you go over to the Mexican side and fly over to the U.S.
No, I actually, I kind of am familiar. I've heard something about this butterfly migration path that comes through Mexico and Texas and up into America. I believe it's the monarch butterflies. I do remember hearing something about it, but
it is the monarch.
Their border wall ain't gonna stop a butterfly from flying over. They, wait, seriously?
Well, this was a preserve, so the preserve, I guess, would be destroyed from all the construction.
I doubt that. But anywho, Leon upheld the Trump administration's health insurance expansion and allowed to offer additional plans that do not meet the coverage requirements of the Affordable Care Act. Leon rejected the claim by the Association for Committee-Affiliated Plans that the move to authorize short-term coverage plans was a violation of Administration Procedure Act and granted a summary judgment to the government. The insurance companies plan to appeal. So he stuck with Trump on that one. He's back and forth. He seems like he's level-headed, which makes it weird why he would stop Trump from building the ballroom. I mean, unless there's something I didn't know. I don't know. It seems like I'm missing something.
I just think there's a lot. I think there's a lot of people that just don't like Trump, and that they'll do anything to stop him.
But here he stopped Trump from in the Wilmer Hale case. He stopped Trump on that one, but allowed this one. And yeah, he's kind of back and forth. I mean, he seems to be neutral.
Look at January of 2026, where he was assigned to the civil case brought by Senator Mark Kelly against Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth. The case was meant to challenge Secretary Hegseth's censure of Senator Kelly and potential attempt to demote the retired U.S. Navy captain over a video that was released where Kelly, along with other Democrat elected officials, said service members have an obligation to not follow illegal orders.
And that
February 12th.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
On February 12th of 2026, he issued a preliminary injunction in favor of Senator Kelly and sharply rebuked Secretary Hegseth's censure as a violation of Kelly's First Amendment rights.
I see that as treason, what they did.
Yeah, that's something.
And then here, then we have the most recent one of the East Wing situation.
Right.
So, I mean,
So,
he's supported and rejected Trump a few times, both. I don't know. Maybe there's something we don't know about the law that we missed, and we're maybe mistaken about the president's rights to build. Maybe we should. I know we don't have time today, but I want to kind of dig into that because they've never complained about a president before doing it. Why all of a sudden is it a problem? And is there something we missed? Because he seems to be balanced.
When we first looked at it, there were arguments against it. There were two historic societies that were against it. They were furious that he demolished the East Wing without congressional approval. So,
but it's not being done with tax dollars, so to me, it doesn't make sense if it's being done out of donations.
Right. I guess I don't know, they wanted to say and what it looked like. Who knows? You don't know what floats the boat.
Yeah, we'll have to look into it because he also dismissed a case that hold on, I was just reading it. He dismissed the Charles M. Kupperman versus United States House of Representatives case briefly at the center of both the Trump-Ukraine scandal and the impeachment proceedings against Donald Trump, which became moot due to the subpoenas being withdrawn. I mean, it's not like he's overstepping his bounds, so we got to be missing something. I don't know. It's like sometimes he's in. So that, I mean, the fact that he's gone with and against, he even went against the president that put him into his position. He went against Bush Jr. with the prisoners in Guantanamo. So I'm curious what we're missing because this doesn't add up. I mean, it's not like he's an activist. So I don't see signs of him being an activist in all these cases.
Right.
He ruled on that former U.S. African Development Foundation Board Ward Berman lacked standings to challenge the appointment of Pete Morocco as the foundation's president, as Berman had allegedly removed him from his position beforehand. So, like, he seems to be pretty balanced. And again, yeah, Pete Hegseth, it is. I have to agree with Pete Hegseth on this one, but I do see what he means by it's an impeachment of, in a violation of the First Amendment rights, but our politicians should be held to a higher standard, even though they still have the legal right. I mean, common sense. You don't encourage people to, basically say, fuck this and become traitors, especially, in like what most people don't understand, and I think a lot of these people don't understand, is we still have laws in the military that you can be shot on the spot for defying an order. They can drop you right where you stand for defying an order in the field, in an office. It doesn't matter. That's treason. You are a traitor, and they absolutely can't. Even though most put you through court-martial first. But it's still in the books that they absolutely can drop you right there on the spot. So, that's why that bothered me about the senators doing that. And various other politicians had no right to do that, in my opinion. But evidently, First Amendment supersedes common sense.
Right.
So
JJ says butterfly. Yeah, he says butterflies could fly through the slot openings.
That's
agree.
what I thought. Or they can just go over. It's only a 15-foot wall. Come on. But yeah,
okay,
this
what do
is
you got?
kind of back and forth.
Right. Well, we'll continue to watch the story, and if you want to try to dig into it, we can.
Yeah, I might do that this weekend because I might be bored. I don't know if I get to remembering it. I will dig in deeper because that seems so strange. So,
Mm-hmm.
alrighty.
Okay, what you got next?
This if it'll load. Um, Something about Canada.
Oh, yeah. This is the Canadian Prime Minister, Mark Carney. He declares Islam as Canada's new cultural identity, which all Canadians must come together and follow the Muslim community as they worship Islam by marking, I think that's pronounced Eid al
Hold on, I'm looking at it.
Okay, as you can see in the
Yeah.
video during his speech, he urged Canadians to adopt Islam and embrace its values as their new shared culture with the Muslim population in Canada and Muslims around the world who are welcome to come to Canada and enrich it with more foreign religious values because Muslim values, jihad, and martyrdom are Canadian values. What is your reaction? And I think instead of playing this one, Crazy Bee, don't we have the longer video?
Yes, I do have the longer video. The full video of
let's
4
take
minutes and 37 seconds.
Yeah, I'd like to hear this because this is extremely disturbing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I could see it working its way down south to America.
I can only hope not, but you never know with these people. So, I mean, and again, I get that there are a lot of people who are peaceful and kind, but it does not reassure us when it comes to the massive coverage of the terrorist attacks from them. So I'm kind of in a trapped situation. And like I've talked about many times, is I've known many that were very sweet people, and then this, and it's scary to see how quickly it's changed. So,
Yes.
all right, let's hear this crazy dude out and see what he has to say.
Thank you. Eid Mubarak. Eid Mubarak. Bonjour. Good morning, tout le monde. Right, thank you, and I'd like to thank the Muslim Association of Canada for inviting myself and my colleagues from Parliament to celebrate Eid with you. I'm joined by fellow MPs Randeep Sarai, Sophie Chatel, Jenna Suds, Yasser Naqvi, Mona Fortier, Marie-France Lalonde, Giovanna Mingarelli, and all the way from Willowdale, Ali Assassi. And I bring greetings from the MP for this location, the Honorable David McGuinty, who is coming back from NATO, where he's been working to protect Canada. This is a special day. And the message of Eid resonates in this room, across the city, and I may say it should resonate with all Canadians. It's a story that some of us hear with slightly different nomenclature, whether the prophet is called Ibrahim or Abraham, Ishmael or Isaac. The lessons and values of Eid are the same. Canada, our Canada, is a diverse country. Proud home to different languages, different beliefs, different cultures. Those are differences that make us unique and make us strong.
I want to pause right here because he absolutely misrepresented Christianity right there. By making it sound like we don't recognize Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael as prophets of the Bible and important characters. They are the fathers of these three religions, supposedly. Like, they are the important aspect. like right up there with Moses and David and all these others. Yes, they are held in very high regard in Christian and Jewish cultures, especially Jewish cultures. Abraham is like their go-to. So I have an issue that he makes it sound like Christians do not respect the same prophets that Islam does. Actually, the only prophet we don't like is Muhammad. Dude was a creep. Remove his BS and there's no issues.
Mm-hmm.
You basically have the Bible, you have Judaism blended with Christianity into one religion, and so Christianity minus Muhammad's nonsense. So I really am upset with that he misrepresented Christians and Jews like we don't take these people seriously.
Right.
Oh, no. Very wise lessons from them in the Bible. So I really have issues with the way he just misrepresented Christianity. He is so full of shit if he thinks that Muslims are the only ones who represent and cherish Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. He's a moron. Sorry, I just had to put that out there. It really got it got me a little bit irked.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, here we go. I'm going to shut up and let him finish.
We can pray differently. We can gather in different places of worship, but all of us come together. All of us must come together around the values of Eid. The values of community, of generosity, and yes, of sacrifice.
So Christianity and Judaism never talk about sacrifice. Like, that's all they do is sacrifice. I mean, there's a branch of Jewish religion that no matter what they do, all the good in the world, they're still probably not going to go to heaven. That's part of their beliefs. That they are just here to keep the Holy Land holy, and that's about it. They have no other purpose. And, this bugs me because Christians sacrifice. I mean, most Christians put 10% sacrifice into an offering platter every day for tithes and offerings. I mean, every Sunday.
Right.
So, what does he mean by this? There are churches that take in the homeless, feed the hungry, clothe those that are in need. I mean, come on. What does he like? He makes it sound like Christians and Jews do absolutely jack shit for the communities.
Nothing. Right. Exactly.
No, they all, again, I'm not trying to be mean. I have seen Muslim communities that absolutely will help people out. And this is before this most recent nonsense going on. I'm talking back before 2020. If I had been broken down in a Muslim community, they would have found a way to try and help me fix my car. I wouldn't even really have to ask someone. They would be willing to help. I am a few bucks short at the party store. Oh, don't worry about it. Just give it to us when you get paid and come in and cash your check next time. All right, sounds fair. I can't wrap my head around how this dude is acting like Christians and Jews do not work in the communities like Muslims do. They all put in. And to downplay the other religions. I lived near a Buddhist temple when I lived in Michigan. There's a Buddhist temple in Warren, Michigan. Very beautiful temple. It feeds those that are hungry. If you go there and you are like, I need help, they will help you. I've seen them help an alcoholic. Try to get him back off of alcohol and back to a normal life. So, I don't get why they act like Muslims are so much better than everyone else. I think that's what's bothering me, is that he's downplaying the other religions of the world.
Right. Well, he's really saddled up with the Muslim community. I've watched other videos of him, and I'm going to just come out and say it. I think he's bought and paid for by them.
It sounds like it. Because, like I said, I've lived in a very culturally diverse area.
I mean, could you imagine that speech being given in America by any of our politicians?
Actually, yeah. Rashida Tlaib,
I don't.
Ilhan Omar,
Yeah.
and their little
Well, those
happy
yeah.
groups.
Well, I should have said, with the exception of them. Could you have seen Trump delivering that speech? He would
No.
have been. Yeah. There's no way.
If he gave that speech, our entire nation would turn against Muslims just because they hate Trump. He's
Right.
doing this backwards.
Well,
He needs to do the reverse psychology.
uh-huh.
No, like I said, I've lived in an area that was so diverse. I mean, Buddhist temple, 3 blocks away from a Muslim mosque, which was a mile, 2 miles away from a Jewish, no, it was about 5 miles from a Jewish community. I mean, there's Oak Park is basically all Jewish people. It's just a community of Jewish people. And they were awesome patients, funny as heck, always forcing me to take food. Always. I don't know what that was about, but they always insisted I take a snack with me when I leave. And like again, the Chinese community that I used to go to, um, all the African American people, Jamaican people. I mean, I've seen so many people in these communities that were really close together, and there was never a problem except the idiot gangs and drug problems that were running around. But
Right.
that was separate. That was their own little cluster of dumbasses. Most people were just peacefully living. There was no racial issues except 1 or 2 patients. Actually, it wasn't even my patients. It was the patient's sons, and the one was a daughter that absolutely despised white people. And I had a good conversation with them, though. I turned their fear and anger into a great conversation. And so, like, I don't understand how it turned to so much anger and hatred and violence in such a short time. I really can't wrap my head around it.
Right.
Like, make it make sense. How did we go from peacefully interacting with each other, no problems, to no one white is allowed here?
Right. Yep.
Like, I don't know. Let's listen to the rest of his bullshit, but I'm just so baffled by this.
Yep.
Muslim values. These are Canadian values. Dans un monde qui est malheureusement de plus en plus divisé et dangereux,
Oh,
où nous sommes de plus
my
en plus isolés
closed caption auto
les uns
translated.
des autres, que ce
Cool.
soit par la distance ou par l'effet des médias sociaux. Il nous faut chercher ces moments qui nous permettent de nous rassembler entre amis, entre familles, en communauté. Et chercher ces tiers-lieux, que ce soit la mosquée ou l'église, qui nous permettent de le faire. I know that for many, myself included, these celebrations also bring sadness, evoked by the intolerable suffering around the world, including in Gaza. And the
Oh,
sadness I
don't bring
feel
up
because of
Gaza,
the
you
hatred
asswipe.
Uh-huh.
fueled by
That was Hamas.
Yes, ma'am.
Israel was trying to get rid of Hamas so the Palestinians could be free from the terrorist organization that was using Palestine to bombard Israel with bombs and shootings and other things. Oh my God. Basic common sense. Okay, they ended Hamas. When's the last time Israel dropped a bomb on Palestine? What, a year
Maybe.
ago? Almost?
Yeah, I'm not positive on that. I'd have to look it up.
It's been a while because now we're dealing with Iran that kept insisting they had the ability to make nukes and we're going to use them on us. So, yeah, Hamas was the reason Palestine was in the condition it was in. Israel stepped in to help the Palestinians that didn't want to be stuck under Hamas, which is an extension of Iran.
Right?
This not like, how can people not know this? We have all the information at
Well-
our fingertips.
I think they know and they ignore it. Because look at what it gets them.
It gets me a migraine, I'll tell you that. Okay.
You know, they get to go to war. They get, you know, the machine keeps turning.
Mm-hmm.
Propaganda keeps spewing. All of it nonstop.
And I'll be the first to say Israel ain't perfect. I have not agreed with quite a few of the things they've done in the past.
Right?
But I absolutely support removing nuclear technologies that could be used against the world from a crazy man that is a radicalized nut job. Okay? He should not.
Yep.
Like, North Korea should not have nukes. I think we all agree. Iran should not have nukes. They are that temperamental child that can turn on a dime, and they have a loaded, fully automatic machine gun. And you just don't want to be around when they lose their temper.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? Okay. No one hates the individuals of Palestine. We absolutely cannot stand the terrorist organizations.
Right.
I mean, the fact we even have to acknowledge that is scary. So, all right.
Go ahead, finish them up.
Yep.
Ignorance that is still a lived reality for far too many Muslim Canadians. We mourn the loss today of Salman, Madiha, Yumna, Talat, members of the Afzal family, who 4 years ago this day in London were victims of a heinous act of terrorism. Yes, gather.
He didn't specify who the terrorist was.
Right.
And their background. I'm sorry. I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to find out what the fuck that terror attack in New York was. How old is this video? 2025? So that would have been 2021.
I thought he said it was in London.
Yep, he did. It's in London. Now, does he mean London, Ontario, or London, England?
I'm assuming England, but I'm not positive.
Okay, because I know there's a London, Ontario. I'm going to do that while he finishes running his mouth with his stupidity.
Gatherings like today's remind us all of those who are absent. Friends and family who once prayed beside us, but who no longer can. And it's in these moments that we lean on our faith. A faith that carries us through the tough times. A faith that brings joy shining through the darkest clouds. A faith that brings us together to celebrate. I wish you all, as do my colleagues, we wish you all an Eid celebration filled with joy, filled with love. And I thank you for allowing me to join you to remember those sacrifices, to honor those sacrifices while sharing that joy. Merci beaucoup. Shukran. Eid Mubarak.
Okay. So I did do some digging, and it was June 6th, and it was in London, Ontario, Canada. It was a premeditated, they added Islamic phobic terror attack that occurred when 20-year-old Nathaniel Veltman drove his truck into the family, killing 4 members and injuring a 9-year-old boy. The perpetrator targeted them due to their Muslim faith. How do they know that? Did he leave something?
That's something we could look into, Crazy B.
Actually, it says it right here in the Wikipedia details. The perpetrator, who was later found to have acted based on white nationalist manifesto.
Yeah.
Was that after? Well, they only found it after the fact. I wonder. I don't think he died when he did this. So this is something we would have to dig deeper into to see if it truly was intentional, or are they just slapping it on him because they can.
Right, right.
I would like to dig a little bit deeper before I make that decision. But either way, if it was accident or on purpose, it's tragic to lose so many people. I will say
Right.
that, especially the family members that survived. My God. I mean, I'm looking at this. There was a 44-year-old, a 46-year-old, a 74-year-old, and a 15-year-old that were all killed. 3 generations.
Hmm. Similar to the Christians being killed in the Christmas celebration.
Yeah. Yes. And the one that happened in Germany and a couple that have happened
Right.
in the United States during Mardi Gras and other
Yep.
things.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. And this goes to show that people, and again, if they are right that this guy was a radicalized white supremacist, then he absolutely deserves to stay in jail.
Right.
Because if you kill just people because of how they look, and you assume that because of that they're going to be a terrorist, and that right there is a problem because you're just fueling the cycle. And so it's like, it's one of those things that, it's a tough one when it's a cycle of, oh, white supremacists exist. Well, actually, no, they don't. And then some jackass goes and proves it. So,
Exactly.
it's tough. It is. And
Yeah.
so,
Well, I think they exist.
oh, I know they do.
Yeah. I mean,
Unfortunately, I know they do.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we have to be realistic about that. They're out there. They're doing their thing, just like they are on the left. And again, we
there's
said that if
radicals
there's
everywhere.
anything, yeah, right. As we said, if you find anything and want us to know about it, send it to us via the Discord, and you also can DM us privately.
Yep. All right. Next up, this one. Oh, yeah, this chick.
No, there are just some things that once you see it, you can't unsee it.
Yeah.
And this happens to this. So Kristi Noem, and Trump responds to shocking cross-dressing photos tied to her husband.
I can see why he removed her from her position. No, it wasn't that she necessarily was doing a bad job. This would have been really bad.
Really, exactly.
Holy shit. So let's scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want it to play or do you want to read?
I'll read it. President Donald Trump reacted on Tuesday after newly released photos appeared to show the husband of former Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem cross-dressing in private messages to a number of women. The images were allegedly part of a trove of hundreds of messages sent between Noem's husband Brian and 3 women obtained by the Daily Mail. The father of 3 appeared to be pictured in hot pink underwear, wearing a skin-colored shirt with large fake breasts worn underneath. The New York Post reported the photos were taken while acting out a bimbofication fetish, which focuses on hypersexual, exaggerated physical appearances.
Oh my God.
Another image appeared to show Brian Noem posing with large, fake breasts in a tight, light blue t-shirt while making a kissy face. That's right, a kissy face. Trump told the Daily Mail he did not know about the photos and was surprised the Noem family confirmed their authenticity. They confirmed it? Wow. Well, I feel badly for the family. If that's the case, that's too bad, Trump told the outlet. I haven't seen anything. Crazy Bee, could you read that?
Yep.
Yeah, Crazy Bee, can you? Okay.
Okay, just mute yourself in Discord.
I am.
Okay, so they confirmed it. Wow. Well, I feel badly for the family if that's the case. That's too bad. Trump told the outlet, "I haven't seen anything. I didn't know anything about it. That's too bad, but I just know nothing about it." I really beg to differ. It is unclear if anyone else inside the administration knew about the alleged photographs. Fox News Digital was unable to authenticate the photos independently. And then it goes into the next story. That's about Noem's ousting. Sorry, Christine. So Mark Wayne Mullen was sworn in as Homeland Security last week after Kristi Noem's March 5th ousting. Kristi Noem is currently serving as a special envoy to the Shield of the Americas. In a statement to the Post, a spokesperson for Kristi Noem said she was devastated by the discovery. The family was blindsided by this and they asked for privacy and prayers at this time, the spokesperson said. While the couple has been married for more than 30 years, Fox News previously reported rumors of allegations of affairs between Kristi Noem and her top advisor, Corey Lewandowski, contributed to her dismissal from the DHS post. So these are mostly rumors. During her time as the 33rd governor of the South Dakota, Kristi Noem was sued by a transgender and a gender nonconforming advocacy group, the Transformation Project, after the state terminated a contract with the organization. She also received backlash from the LGBT community for signing the Religious Freedom Restoration Act, which advocates claimed sanctioned discrimination against queer people. It did not. Anyways, the White House Department of State and DHS did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital request for comment. Okay, wow.
So don't we have another story on this as well?
Yes. This, I believe, is it. Ice Barbie's husband's fetish reveal. Okay, this is just a political opinion piece type thing. So Donald Trump was shocked to learn the husband of his former Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, had a secret habit of cross-dressing for chats with online models. The Daily Mail released its bombshell report that Byron Noem on Tuesday, complete with lurid images of the 56-year-old clad in tight pink pants and giant balloons stuffed under his shirt. Oh, wow. Okay, now they're just repeating what the other one said. The quote.
Okay.
Trump didn't fire her. He put her in a different position. I mean, technically.
Correct.
I
Right.
mean, we're going to use technical terminology. She got transferred. You get transferred, not fired. They're also facing questions about the state of their 34-year marriage amid reports that Noem was having affairs with her top aide, Lewandowski, for years. Oh, wow, that picture is creepy.
Yes, it is.
It makes you think it's AI at this point. God.
Well, they claim they claim they reviewed it and it was not AI.
Oh my God. So she was recently even pressed directly about it by lawmakers on Capitol Hill the day before she was fired by Trump. But while speculation about her former DHS secretary's longtime rumored affair ran rampant in Washington, D.C., her husband had sent secret online acquaintances at least $25,000 via Cash App and PayPal. Whew. Damn. I don't remember hearing about the congressional hearing for her affair. Do you remember anything about it?
No, I don't.
So if it was such a big deal, why doesn't anyone know about it?
Well, I know that about the rumor, though, with Corey Lewandowski. That's been going on for quite some time. Why don't you just get a divorce?
At that point, yeah, I would say the same thing. they're saying that his transgressions could have left her wide open to the threat of blackmail while she is serving as a cabinet member. And yeah, he should have been thinking about that shit. Had his fetish
Right.
habit been known, she would not have likely received the necessary security clearances to run one of the country's largest law enforcement departments. And I think that's why Trump ended up moving her. He claims he didn't know about it, but I call bullshit. He
Mm-hmm.
absolutely knew about it, and just that's why I think he really moved her. And again, she wasn't the greatest as running Homeland Security in certain aspects, but I didn't see it as a she should have been just ditched like that. I think this has a lot more to do with it, and that the White House decided to move ahead of the um, reporters and move her. So by the time this happened, she's no longer in that position.
Can I bring up that and I don't want to name the name, so don't bring it up,
Mm-hmm.
please, of the one video that you sent over to me that we thought we could possibly use. And I got into less than 1 minute of it and was highly
Yeah.
irritated by it. And that was the comment was made by the content creator that Trump needs to worry about the women that he hires in these types of positions. And I was like, what the fuck? Women? Men are just as bad. The men are just as guilty of this sexual perversion shit as
Mm-hmm.
perhaps looking at the women. I
I
mean, in
mean,
this
we've
case, it was
seen a
her
lot of
husband.
congressmen that are insane.
Yeah, and I mean, and here's the real kick in the pants. You recall just a couple weeks ago, Congress voted not to share with the American people how much money was paid out of Congress for all of the sexual indiscretions that has occurred.
Yeah,
So
I
we have
remember.
no idea. Yeah, we have no idea who's been doing what in Congress.
And
So
what
they
they have
have
to pay people off for.
exactly. They have the balls to come out here and rip her apart when they have people within their own.
Yeah.
Oh, that's bullshit.
He without sin cast the first stone.
Mm-hmm.
Quote in the Bible here. Um, yeah. She was reached by phone. He did not deny sharing the photos of himself, cross dressing, or talking dirty with online acquaintances. Um, However, he did deny making indiscreet comments about his wife and potentially exposing her to blackmail. The spokesperson for
Well, and
DHS. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, and the other thing is, I really don't care what you do in your bedroom, but if you're in a position of any kind of authority, you need to watch what the hell you're doing and who
Yeah.
you're doing it with.
Yes. And I'm not. Do we want to play the video and risk potentially getting in trouble, or no?
Let's risk it. You know
Okay.
what? Because YouTube, we are providing our audience with detailed information. This is all over the internet. It's all over Instagram, Facebook. It's in the news. It's nothing out of the ordinary that we are playing. So you can't come
We're
back at
educating our
us.
audience.
That's correct of what's going on in this particular case.
All right, let's hit play. I don't know what we're in
I
for.
didn't watch it, so I have no idea.
Okay. All righty.
So, Secretary Noem, at any time during your tenure as Director of Department of Homeland Security, have you had sexual relations with Corey Lewandowski? Mr.
What?
Chairman, I am shocked that we're going down and peddling tabloid garbage in this committee today.
Reclaiming
And
my
ma'am,
time.
one thing that I would tell you is that he is a special government employee who works for the White House. There are thousands of them in the federal government.
So reclaiming
and
my
is an
time,
advisor
Secretary, it is
and has
okay for
no,
you to be
no
offended
authority
by
to
the
be
question.
making any
It is
decisions.
okay for you to
has
be
no
offended
authority
by the
to
question.
be making
But it is
decisions
also
and
a
putting
real
in position.
question.
So what I would say
And
to
you should be able to
is
answer
that
the
what we do at the
question
Department of Homeland Security
clearly
every single
and without
day,
any hesitation.
every single day is to protect
If
this
someone
country
is
and to
asking
make
if
decisions.
you or any federal official is sleeping with their subordinate, that should be the easiest. You should be wanting to answer that question.
Is garbage?
Because it is not about
It's
your
offensive
sex life.
that you have brought
It is
that up.
about your judgment.
That kind of garbage.
Damn.
I am curious. I don't know who she is, but I'm curious as to how she voted on passing that bill. You know that?
That's a good question.
And I'll bet she was one of the Dems that voted no. Everybody want to bet?
I would put money on it. Yeah, she did.
Uh-huh.
She's a no person.
Uh-huh. Can you see her nameplate at all, Crazy B?
I cannot. The bar is in front of it. I could probably find it. Let me see. Which
We'll do that's okay. We still got a lot to go. So we'll look for that later as well
Okay.
and see if we can find out how she voted.
I was
But
just trying
I'm
to
just
think of how to
curious.
word it for Google to get the actual answer of who she is.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a few choice words, but I don't know if Grok will agree, but whatever.
Yeah.
It is very interesting, whether she
Mhm.
is having the affair or not, that, Congress cannot self-control themselves in so many areas, self-govern themselves, and they're going to come at somebody else in public, whether it's true or it's not.
It's still, I mean, the main thing is that if she is having that affair, that is a big no-no, and it could cost everyone everything. We saw it with Eric Swalwell with his little yin yang what do they call her? Fang.
Fang. You know what? Fang. Nothing happened to him.
Actually, he's under investigation right now by the FBI.
Well, they reopened it. Yeah, Cash Patel reopened it, but as of to date, well, that is
because of Biden.
Week, it was reopened.
Yep.
Yeah, but absolutely nothing was done.
And that's not
right. They just looked at him and gave him a little slap on the wrist.
Yeah. He got removed from a committee and cried about it. Yeah, I remember on X, there was a guy, every time Eric Swalwell posted something, he posted a picture of a Chinese woman and an old man holding oranges. It was really weird. It was his go-to meme to send to him.
Right.
Oh, and they have fun with Elizabeth Warren, too.
Yeah, I'm going to send over to you this video. It's only 41 minutes. I had forgotten I wanted to do this because Corey Lewandowski, after she was terminated, what happened to him?
Okay.
So give me 1 second. And it is on its way. I apologize. I meant to get that. There you go.
Okay. Let me copy it. I'm going to get it opened in a window and then carry it over. Hold on a second. All right. My hands are working slow today. Be patient with me, folks.
So a spokesperson telling...
Oops. That was not what I... Oh, hands, don't do this. You're not allowed to do this. There we go. Okay. All right, let me hit play.
So a spokesperson telling reporters that Lewandowski is no longer at the Department of Homeland Security. As you mentioned, he was a top advisor to now former Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, and his future at the department, or whether he had a future at the department, had been unclear after President Trump had fired Noem and replaced her with now Secretary Markwayne Mullin. Now, Lewandowski as well had been facing criticism and controversy too. So Democrats, they launched an inquiry into Lewandowski last week over allegations that he sought personal payments from contractors, which he had denied. Now, Lewandowski and Noem had also faced allegations that they had been having an affair, and they had denied that as well. So a spokesperson telling...
So basically, he lost his job, too.
Right.
Huh.
I think he went before he was forced to go before Congress.
Uh-huh.
You know, again, there are photos of the two of them together, and they, let's just say, look like a couple.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
I mean, I've never taken boss subordinate pictures with anybody I ever worked with like that. So we'll leave it at that.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can do your own Google search on Lewandowski and Kristi Noem and see what you find.
And be careful what you download. People love to put viruses
Yes.
in pictures and videos.
Yep.
So, yeah. Run it through a virus scan before you do anything. So, yeah, that's pretty messed up, to say the least. It really is.
And I will say, typically, in an organization, especially a large one, when the head of the department goes, typically the higher up subordinates tend to go. In the case where I worked in a national association, once the CEO retired and the new one came in, there were probably, I think, about 8 executive directors, and probably 4 of them left within a year. Within 5 years, probably the majority of them were replaced.
What are we doing for dinner?
We're in the middle of a podcast. Can you give me 30 more minutes?
No.
Sorry, folks. Gotta love family.
People were hungry.
Yeah, they're gonna have to hike it to the store. Oh, Lordy.
I know the feeling, because remember, the spaghetti sucked.
Yeah, they'll probably go order pizza, knowing my family.
That sounds good. I would do pizza. All right, what you got next?
We got this, which kind of threw me for a loop. Like, when I saw the title, I was like, what?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That one is
Yep.
a little, what the fudge?
And I'd like to thank Blue Rose for sending over the X post on this. And once I dug a little deeper into all of it, we came up with a couple things. So, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, also known as AOC, paid nearly $19,000 in campaign funds for leadership consulting tied to ketamine therapy expert. Representative AOC spent nearly $19,000 in campaign funds last year on a psychiatrist who specialized in controversial ketamine therapy, according to Federal Election Commission records.
How is she still in office with this?
I have no clue. The lawmaker hired Boston-based Dr. Brian Boyle, the chief psychiatric officer at Stella, a chain of mental health clinics focusing on novel therapies popular with Hollywood and Wall Street. Her campaign paid Boyle $11,550 in March of 2025, and another $2,800 in May, and $4,375 in October, for a total of $18,725. The expenses were marked as leadership training and consulting.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Boyle, a Harvard-trained doctor, called himself an interventional psychiatrist and specialized in unorthodox methods for treatment-resistant depression and anxiety. He was considered a leading authority on ketamine, described as a controversial horse tranquilizer given to friends, star Matthew Perry, in the month leading up to his tragic death. I just saw the incredible power of what these treatments could do, Boyle said during a podcast appearance last year about getting into the mind-blowing biz. It's a ton of fun helping patients get better. Boyle's clinic also offered other treatments popular with 1%, including stellate ganglion block, an anesthetic injected into a nerve cluster in the neck to calm the body's fight or flight response. Billionaires such as Bob Parsons, who battled PTSD since returning from the Vietnam War, raved about the treatment. Wonder if that'd help me.
I'm not
Celebrities
sure.
tend to be more inclined to be on the hunt for highly effective solutions across beauty, health, mental health, nutrition, and so on, Boyle said in an interview last year about the treatment. AOC previously promoted the benefits of hallucinogenic drugs for therapy. The Squad representative, who campaigned to end the federal prohibition on marijuana in 2018, proposed legislation 3 times to make it easier to study magic mushrooms and other psychedelics. As a freshman congresswoman in 2019, she introduced an amendment to allow the federal government to spend taxpayer dollars on studying the medical potential of, I don't know what that is, crazy bee, psilocybin.
Oh, the silo, but it's psilocybin. The P silent. The P in the beginning is silent.
Okay, psilocybin,
It's
ecstasy, and
basically the
other drugs.
mushrooms.
Ecstasy and other drugs to treat mental illnesses, calling the early research promising. It's well past time we take drug use out of criminal consideration and into medical consideration, she tweeted at the time. The amendment was overwhelmingly rejected then, including by her Democratic colleagues, and failed again when she tried a second time in 2021. It passed on her third attempt when she co-sponsored a similar bill that was signed into law in 2023.
I will say she's not wrong. There has been a lot of research and showing that people with schizophrenia and PTSD and a few other illnesses respond better when on a psychedelic drug of some sort. That's the ones that cause hallucinations for us, but it actually seems to stop the hallucinations in schizophrenics. That's something they've been playing with for quite a few years. It's actually not new. Ketamine, I mean, highly regulated. I could see using it, but it has to be regulated.
Why don't you pop up the ketamine info and you can go over that, crazy bee?
Ketamine therapy can be used through IV or nasal spray under the supervision of a medical provider, obviously. It works by blocking certain brain cells to helping nerve cells form new connections. So ketamine therapy is a medicine called ketamine hydrochloride that manages certain mental health conditions and chronic pain. Ketamine is fast-acting anesthesia. It can make you feel relaxed or slightly detached from your surroundings for a short time. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that is used by anesthesiologists to help put people under for surgery, if I remember correctly. General anesthesia.
Normally, like I usually get Versed, so.
Yeah, I think I've had the ketamine one before.
Yeah.
So basically, it seems to help people control their mood memory, and decision-making skills. But when there's too much glutamate, it can hurt the brain cells and slow down the areas that affect mood, stress, and anxiety. So it has to be a very fine balance, it seems. And again, I can absolutely see if they make it legal. I don't think this should be something that's just willy-nilly handed out. Your provider may recommend this therapy when other treatments haven't worked for you. You may receive it through IV infusion or a nasal spray during treatment sessions. Your healthcare provider will watch you closely to make sure you are safe and comfortable. So it's being used to treat depression, general anesthesia, sedation for surgery or procedures, mental health conditions, including PTSD and anxiety, pain. Low doses may relieve severe pain from injuries, surgeries, or chronic conditions. It may reduce the need for opioids. Yeah, but ketamine in itself is addictive. You're just swapping one addiction for another. I'm going to be very clear about that. It may quickly lower self-harming ideations in a medical emergency. And it is known to help with seizures. Ketamine can help when seizures don't stop with other medicines. Okay. Who is a good candidate? A lot of people. Mostly the running around with the various hairs and the beyond normal piercings and think everyone should agree with them. Then it goes into people who should not have it. History of psychosis and all that. Yeah. Liver disease or serious liver problems. Pregnant women should not take this, especially if they're breastfeeding. No shit, Sherlock. Oh. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Last thing you need is the baby wigging out while nursing. I'm sorry, I'm such a visual thinker. Oh my god, it just popped into my head. Oh shit, that's not good. Then it goes into further about how to prepare for it and other stuff. So you check in, you get your treatment, then you go home.
There you go. All right, we'll have that listed in the description below.
Yes, we will. All right. Next is a pretty short video. I think we can squeeze it. We can squeeze it in.
Okay.
Zoran managed to piss off a lot of New Yorkers. You sent this one over. I did not get a chance to fully watch because, well, you know me, I mostly just edit.
It's fine. Yeah.
So
it's fine.
Yep. I'm gonna get ready to add to the description. Yes.
And this is actually an argument between Mark Lamont, who is a actor, podcaster, activist, and he's interviewing two African American men about Mandami's plans.
Okay. All right, let me hit play.
A massive argument broke out between two black hosts on the Joe Budden podcast over Zohran Mamdani raising New York City's estate tax from 16% all the way to 50%. You're about to witness
hell
one
no.
host's weak, relentless victimhood frame.
Okay, hold up. In case people don't know, an estate tax. Your parents pass away and they leave you a house and all the inheritance and all the furniture in it. Whatever its value is, they are going to tax you half to the city.
That also includes if they leave you a life insurance policy, their pension, their 401k, any asset that they have.
They take 50%.
Mandami wants half.
Hell no.
Hell yeah.
If people are supporting that, they're fucking nuts. Well,
Mark Lamont is.
All right, I'm going to do my best not to interrupt it, but damn. Frickin' bullshit Mamdani's on. No wonder why everyone's leaving.
it completely destroyed by the other's practical, rational, and common sense frame. And by the end, the entire panel starts ridiculing the guy for thinking Zohran Mamdani should steal 50% of your life's work when you die. Let's jump right into it because he gets humiliated instantly.
Since we're talking about politics, last thing, Mamdani has put forward some new tax proposals.
Okay, let's hear 'em.
Which I'm excited about.
Hold on, I have to pause it there. What idiot says they're excited about paying more in taxes? Like, yay, more of my money is getting confiscated to pay for illegal aliens and Somali fraudsters. Well, let's get back into it.
He wants to raise the tax rate for people who make over $1 million.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. It affects, I'm gonna pull up the exact numbers and exact percentage, but I believe it's from 3% to 5%, the tax rate for people in New York City. And he wants to raise the city income tax rate to 5.88% from 3.88% for the roughly 34,000 households that earn more than $1 million per year. He said that a family earning $1 million should pay an additional $20,000 in taxes, the equivalent of, that's a 51% increase. And then the other thing is he's trying to advocate for at the state level is an increase in what some people call the death tax, inheritance tax, which would raise the rates pretty high for people who are bequeathing things to people. So if you have a house and you were to give it to your kid, you're going to pay a higher tax rate on it.
I don't love that.
I don't like that.
I'm cool.
Some of the dumbest shit you ever heard in your life.
So that is basically a taste of how this entire interaction goes. The man jumping for joy at higher taxes is Mark Lamont, an annoying, race-hustling, fake academic, woke political activist who, unfortunately for him, overplays his hand and assumes these other black men share his limiting belief and internalized victimhood identity. And as you saw from the guy at the end of the clip, he shut down the nonsense immediately. He called it the stupidest shit he's ever heard, which it rightfully is. And so Mark Lamont is forced to spend the rest of this interaction defending his ridiculous and unpopular beliefs, and only digs himself into a deeper hole as more hosts start voicing their disagreements. But let's hear from the guy at the end of that clip explain to Mark Lamont why this is, in fact, the dumbest idea ever.
What he's doing, he's taking the rates from 16%. His proposed new rate is 50%. That's a different level of a jump.
For the inheritance tax?
Yes.
The inheritance
one.
tax.
And then the
is there
rate
a cap, pardon me for interrupting, is there a cap on
7 million, I believe is
No. The old start of the inheritance tax used to be $7 million.
That's where you start getting
That's where you start to get taxed.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm not mad at that.
He wants to drop it to $750,000.
Oh no, that's
So if you start taxing New Yorkers at $750,000, for those of us that live in the area, there you can't find a house in the 5 boroughs for $750,000.
You can't find a 1-bedroom apartment.
That's my point. And so now you're starting to impose way more I don't want to call them sanctions, but way more stress on the poor and the middle class that you ran your campaign on uplifting.
So just to clarify, Zohran Mamdani wants to lower the tax exemption from $7 million to $750,000. Simultaneously,
most of those houses are gonna go for a pretty penny. So even a poor person passing on their apartment to their children is gonna lead to a massive tax.
Yes, it is. And the houses are nothing to write home about.
Mm-hmm. $750,000 can get you a 1-bedroom apartment. For the rest, you own it, but
So, my son rent. I'll be right back, Crazy B.
okay. One moment, please. I need a thing to put up of a spinning loopy thing for when we have the one moment, please. I need to get creative with that stuff.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's okay.
My son has a 1-bedroom apartment that they rent in a building. You want to know how much annually he pays in rent?
I'd say close to 200,000.
No, it's not that high. It's $43,200 for an
And he
apartment
lives in a relatively
building.
nice area.
Yes, he's in the Upper East Side.
Okay, and
So
some of
that's
these
a wealth-
people
that's a
are
wealthier
living
area,
in.
but
And so
I
even the
mean-
poorer areas are going to get hit with this.
yes. So he rents he started out in this little rinky-dinky apartment in the Bronx. I mean, he's lived in all 5 boroughs at one point or another, so he became successful. So he, shared rooms with people. I mean, we're talking closets, that 2 people shared as a bedroom. It's the places are nothing to write home. When you go up and down some of these streets, it's horrendous. You would look at them and they're $750,000, and you probably have to put in. I can't even tell you how much money.
Well, if we go back to, like, my aunt lived in New York in 96, 97 era-ish, and she lived in Brooklyn. We were literally blocks from the MetLife building. We were within 5 blocks of the MetLife building, and she lived in a train car house. Basically, it was a railroad car type apartment stacked on top of others. And it was literally, everything was in a straight row. It was like, you had a very narrow walk space to get past bathrooms and bedrooms, but it was a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. And if you had anybody else, they had to sleep on the couch in the living room. I've seen how bad it can be. I've seen some rough apartments, but that was the only place she could find to live. And she was working as a social worker at the time. She was making good money, but that was the only place she could find that she could afford. Now, a social worker should be able to afford more than a rail car apartment. It's
exactly.
Like, that's not okay. But yeah, it's bad in New York. And then to turn around and tell these people, we're going to tax you on the way out. We're taxing you when you come in, taxing you on the way out, and taxing you everywhere in between. New York is going to lose everything with this bullshit they got going on.
Yep.
All right, let's listen some more.
He wants to increase the tax rate from 16% all the way to 50%. And as these guys who live in New York just stated, you can't find a 1-bedroom apartment in New York proper for under $750,000. So this isn't taxing the greedy bad billionaires. This is a tax that is coming for every single person in New York City. And the worst part is that applies to the entire estate. So if your parents left you a piece of property, some stocks, a life insurance payout, all of that is now subject to Zohran Mamdani's tax. If you run a small deli in New York City and just so happen to own the building, those 2 things combined are probably $5 million. So if only the first $750,000 is exempt, even paying a 20 or 30% tax rate on the $4 million taxable value would be anywhere from $800,000 to over $1.2 million. And the family would be forced to liquidate everything for pennies on the dollar just to pay the tax bill. It completely decimates the entire possibility of upward mobility. But Mark Lamont's racist bigotry of low expectations for black people kicks in and says, well, it's actually okay because black people don't own any homes.
Well, we gonna tax all these billionaires. No, you're not.
Yeah, they already are exempt. They know how to play the game.
Right.
So the ones you're going to tax are the
people that don't know how to play the game.
And they don't know how to play the game.
But
yet.
I think that's why this policy could be useful. Again, the devil's going to be in the details.
Idiot.
But also, when I think about the people who are the most affected, people like us, we don't, for example, poor black people, we don't inherit houses. We don't.
It's not true, Mark. Especially now, we are starting to be more on the side of inheriting houses.
Say it again.
And Mark Lamont's a poor black man. Okay.
And he's pointing out that, it's not true that black people are starting to buy homes. They are starting to buy businesses again. They're not poor if they choose to move up in the world. And so it's going to be them that gets hit the hardest. And this is what we've seen in China. This is what we've seen in Russia. It's what we've seen in North Korea. The middle class gets obliterated and is stuck working what the government says to work, how long they say to work, and that's all there is to it. You're just stuck. And these idiots are trapping themselves in a circumstance they will not get out of if they don't get rid of that idiot in office.
Yeah, and in this case, it doesn't matter what color you are. If you're Hispanic, if you're Indian, Asian, white, whatever. If you're in the middle class, as you're said, screwed. It's going to affect food. Yep.
Mm-hmm. The middle class will be obliterated. And this jackass is supporting it. What the fuck?
Yes, he is. I know.
Paid show much?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I think we can tolerate a little bit more, right?
Yes, ma'am.
We are disproportionately inheriting debt. We're disproportionately inheriting houses that aren't paid off. Yeah. We're inherently
doesn't matter. Still equity in the house. That's still a value. That's still a net value.
This is the inherent problem with delusional, racist, woke ideology painting all black people as penniless, assetless, second-class victims. It's completely disconnected from reality. The left likes to pretend 150 years of civil rights progress never happened, and that we still live in the antebellum South, and white people own everything and black people own nothing. So they push these policies to punish ownership and success, thinking it'll only harm whitey and it'll only help black people. But newsflash, black people do own houses. I know, shocking, right? It's the same racist bigotry of low expectation that made New York's governor say, black kids don't know what a computer is. It's the same racist bigotry of low expectations that makes Democrats say, we can't have secure elections because black people don't know how to acquire IDs. And their entire party claims to stand for the
I gotta say something about that. If they can't get IDs to vote, how the fuck do they get IDs to get on welfare and get jobs and all this other stuff? They're idiots when they point that out. It's drives me nuts when they sit there and say black people can't get IDs. Like, what the fuck is that? Maybe I'm going crazy, but it's just that's annoying.
It's the same as married women not being able to get one.
Oh yeah, stupid level, absolute stupid level. So yeah, I don't know what to say.
Black people, but policies like this only hurt the people they're claiming to help by preventing them from ever being able to climb the socioeconomic ladder. Unless you're some business mogul, most normal people climb the socioeconomic hierarchy through processes like inheritance. But you can see the host is getting frustrated with Mark Lamont, and he absolutely snaps on him right here.
The wealth for black people ranks dead last amongst ethnicities in the United States of America. We are last.
Yeah.
So now we are starting to get information based on EYL like that. We are starting to get information on how to wealth build.
Yeah.
Cool. You may not have all of the vehicles set up to wealth build. But for a majority of people, I'm arguing with you that people own houses and grandparents own houses and mothers own houses, and they're leaving these houses to their kids. So when you start taxing these people at a high clip, 16% to me is too much.
Yeah, see, that's where we disagree. I'm not disagreeing that grandmothers bequeath houses. I'm simply saying that black people are underrepresented on that list.
I know.
And so because we're underrepresented on that list, I'm actually more interested in how tax revenue could be used to invest in us in ways that can get us to where you want to be. Education, all the things that help people be able to access houses and things like that. You know what I mean? And social mobility.
And I think that's all theory. I'm a man that practices practicality, and I don't have no faith in Democrats. I don't have no faith in Republicans. I don't have no faith in no politicians to take the money and allocate the money accordingly to us to where we could come up off of it. We haven't seen it ever. So again, if my parents leave me some that I can tangibly touch, I don't want the state taking it.
Smash the like button if you enjoyed that. What you just witnessed was a man who believes in self-sufficiency collide with a man who believes in pure government dependence. One man refuses to wait around for the government to improve his life and would rather take the tangible asset that his parents left him as a stepping stone to building his future. The other man...
So one guy is smart, the other guy is stupid. That's a much easier summary. Oh, it's up to you. Do you want to keep going? Because it just basically
Well, why don't,
starts
yeah,
over
it
and
just
over.
goes on and it's 9 o'clock and you guys are hungry. So I just want to make a comment. Thanks, JJ. Dee's back online.
Yeah, Dee's been busy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a crazy day here. All right,
Oh, I get
everybody.
it.
We thank you for joining Rex Sisters. Please don't forget to like, follow, comment, share, subscribe, and set your notifications. Again, tomorrow is we're going to be at 7 p.m. instead of our usual 3 p.m. I have a doctor's appointment I need to be at. So we're going to go at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today at midnight, I guess, or maybe by 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you have not done so already and you want to win one of the two $10 gift cards to Amazon, please sign up in the Discord. Today is the last day and we will be pulling numbers on the 8th.
Yep.
And with that, I'm done, Crazy Bee.
I absolutely understand. I am exhausted too. I do believe it's time for me to take a nap because my God, it's been one of those days today. Seriously, my kids, my family. I love them all to death.
Thanks
Worth every minute.
Yeah. I hear you. Thank you for the compliment, JJ. We try. We try.
Definitely try. 2 hours, great stuff. Yep. We're always putting forth that effort. Hold on. Red Sisters is on Lady H when if Rex Sisters is on when Lady H ends, I will raid you guys. All right. Sounds good.
Sounds good. All righty.
All right.
Okay, Crazy Bee. Take us out.
All right. So I'm going to just say, y'all stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. And, I had a hidden thing on the screen somewhere in the video today. So if you spotted it, go ahead, drop it in the comments. I had fun with it. But we'll catch y'all on the next one, right?
Yes, ma'am. All right. Good night, everybody.